Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about this. I want to ask the question: are Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition dungeon masters? Are they in the business of psychology necessarily? Okay, why am I asking this question? 2 words: Naomi Osaka. So Naomi Osaka just made history at a scale and prominence never before seen in professional sports. Naomi Osaka's crushing it. She's a world-class professional tennis player. She's playing in the French Open, okay? She checks in and essentially, I've never seen this before at this level of play, right? So what she said was, I am physically capable of, essentially the message she brought, right, was I'm physically capable of playing in this French Open, but right now I'm not mentally capable of playing in this French Open. I am dealing with depression, with sadness, and I'm stepping back, right? And it's really incredible because what it said was, if you are a professional coach, okay, you need to know about their physical condition and you need to know about their mental condition. Well, the number 1 study of the human mental condition today is psychology, right? So basically, the idea that a coach is just going to coach a player. Now, actually, coaches have always been incredibly involved in the physical health of their players. They have to know their physical limits because they put them into practice. I can tell you this because I actually am, I know for a fact there was essentially, yeah. So the NFL, boy, I don't even know if I want to go down this road. It is from what I remember distinctly hearing, that one of the professional sports had a person die in specifically practice essentially because of dehydration. Right? So if a coach doesn't understand the physical limits of their players, they'll be fired pretty quickly, right? If a coach breaks a player because they didn't understand their physical limits, right, that's on them. But now Naomi Osaka is saying it's not enough, right? Naomi Osaka's situation tells every professional coach in every professional sport it's not enough to be aware of the physical condition. You must also be aware of the mental condition and know the limits of your players. Guess what? Dungeon masters are a lot like professional coaches, right? They bring a group of people, but literally the number's the same, right? You got 5 players on a basketball team. You got 5 players on a Dungeon Master team, right? On a Dungeons and Dragons team. You got 5 players, right? And you got essentially a coach, right? So your Dungeon Master, now the reality is they need to know the physical limitations of their players, and that is generally, hey, it's been 3 hours, maybe you should give a bathroom break, right? Now it's much more limited there, but as far as the mental health status of our players, boy oh boy, like the idea that dungeon masters don't need to start understanding basic psychology seems ludicrous, right? Basically, in fact, let me posit this. Is the rise of Session Zero nothing more than a super kludgy way to begin doing psychology on our players, right? Also, half the advice out there today is talk to your players. What do psychologists do? They literally talk to their patients, right? Figure out every desire and want and need, and then help them navigate them, right? Like I'm sure there's a little bit more in there, but I think that's generally what psychologists are aiming toward. And the idea that dungeon masters aren't in the psychology business, after looking at what's happened with Naomi Osaka, seems ludicrous, right? Now, also, I got to throw this in there. We have got to stop telling people that dungeon mastering is simple and easy, right? It is not remotely easy. And the other thing is, I think one of the reasons why they want to say that dungeon mastering is simple is they want this idea to be like dungeon mastering is for everyone. That is a wonderful, really nice bumper sticker. Increasingly, I'm not sure that's true, right? Because the reality is, one thing is, I don't think you can I'm really starting to really question whether anyone is capable of dungeon mastering without an incredibly high degree of confidence. I think it's fundamentally necessary. And I definitely think this is true because I see a ton of people on Twitter saying, I have a game tomorrow and I feel incredible anxiety, right? I never feel anxiety when I go to my to Dungeon Master. I think I have pretty high confidence, right? And I think telling people that they can Dungeon Master with extremely low confidence, I don't even know if it's safe, right? I'm not positive it's safe. I'm not positive that it's not safe, but I'm not positive it's safe. And I'll tell you right now, look at this Naomi Osaka situation. I am very convinced the Dungeon Masters are going to need to start to understand basic psychology, and frankly, have been for a long time, and are accomplishing many tasks that psychologists accomplish with their patients. Am I wrong? Let me know. I know this is a complex subject. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.